Well, as far as I know, this is Fortnightly Frontier. Welcome, everyone. Our hosts are Myre Test and Darjanator, of course, and I am the guest of the show, Sofiegrl. Uh, this is it every 2 weeks that your podcast is on?
Yes, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's about all I know. We cover Star Citizen conversation. We cover, I let me be honest with you here. I'm not entirely sure what's about to happen. So,
Many wondrous things.
Send help. But yeah, this is Fortnightly Frontier, and welcome everyone.
Yes, although I have some bad news for Sophie. I didn't know how to tell this before, but having you on the show has been just a ruse to get Reggie on the show.
So all our questions tonight are actually posed for Reggie. You're just... Oh, no. Wait, where'd he go? Yes. Mr. Reggie, sir. Welcome to the show. Brilliant. Awesome.
He's bowing.
Mr.
He's
Reginald
such a
Bartholomew
ham.
Retson the third.
Such a ham.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Well, thank you for inviting Reggie. So, Reggie, take it away.
Okay,
Awesome.
so
I get it.
Yeah, no, welcome, Sophie.
Thank you.
So first off, we may have several people watching this who don't know who you are. So why don't you start off with a few sentences about yourself?
A few sentences. I will try to keep it concise. There's no guarantee that will occur, though.
No
I'm
pressure.
Sofiegrl. Yeah, excuse me. I apologize. I've got the con crud that's still lingering in my chest, so there's going to be some coughing. It's all me, and I apologize for that.
It's actually the plague.
Yeah, I think I have the plague. And let's not blame Reggie for that. Let's just not. Though he's a rat.
That is very true, actually.
We need to talk about this after the stream. What? I know you had your shots. Right now we cannot talk about this. It's just... So, excuse me. I'm Sofiegrl. I am a hobbyist Star Citizen streamer. What else would you like to know about me? I started streaming August of 2015. So ooh. I don't let's see, what do I want to tell you? I'm not a streamer that has a schedule that I stick by. I've got a job that I have, so I kind of have to work my streaming and gaming life around the real world life. So right. That's why you see me kind of pop in and out. I try to be as actively involved in the news of the development of Star Citizen and Squadron 42, coupled with that is my love for the community. That's what drew me into Star Citizen initially, and that's what has kept me around is the community. So I've done things over the last, year, September, October, year and a couple months now, November almost, to kind of dive in deeper with the community and with the content and with my own channel. And so that would be things like working on a podcast with others in the community. One is Diverse the Verse. We started that a few months ago, and that's an all-female podcast, and that's going awesome. I've got something else, another project with a couple other girls in the community. We've got Lightspeed Lunatics. So I kind of just try to be as involved with the community, not just the females, but obviously the males. It just so happens. I'm hanging out with the females a lot.
So my first question to you, and it might be somewhat of an obvious one, but so how did you come about the name Sofiegrl?
Okay, so that is a very good question. And Myre, as much as I admire you and I appreciate your question, I am not going to answer that.
Oh, okay. All right, then.
I'm not. That's probably one of that and are you single or married? Those two questions. Well, single, married is really two questions, but you get what I'm saying. I don't talk about relationship and I don't really talk about my name.
Okay, fair enough.
But thank you for asking.
Oh, no. Yes, there now is a certain air of mystery, and I'm very confused. But I thought it was a simple one, like my name is Sophie and I'm a girl. But now it's like, no, I'm actually like some kind of superhero kind of thing. So
no, the name is actually holds a very personal meaning to me, and so for me, it's my own sense of wanting to hold tightly that sense
Right.
of my connection to that name. So
Okay.
I because I put myself out on camera like this,
Hmm.
and I am very much open, and I'm
Oh, yes.
with the community. It's the one of the few things that I can withhold for myself. So I do that.
Okay. Awesome.
Hmm.
Awesome. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. It's fine. Yeah. Um, well, you've been streaming for over a year now, you said. But what are you doing right now? Do you have any other projects apart from streaming and apart from the podcast that you got going on? Are you active on YouTube and stuff like that?
Well, I do have a YouTube channel. It's kind of funny for me to answer these questions. So I've got the podcast Diverse that I work with them on with some other folks on. I've got Lightspeed Lunatics. What else am I doing? I've got Bad Rolls every Saturday. It's a Dungeons and Dragons show with Grackies and a bunch of other folks in the community. I do have a YouTube channel. I've got one video that I've created, and that was last year when they made the announcement that the female model, she's animated and in game. I got really excited and was inspired to put up to make a video out of in-game footage, and I kind of created this character. Yeah, it was a little nudge to the devs, going like, "Hey, thank you so much. I'm excited." And Chris Roberts has an awesome quote that he put out that inspired me to pay attention to the development of the female model. So that's at the very beginning of that video. So for YouTube, I'm pretty much brand new to YouTube.
Okay. So we actually have that first Women of the Verse video up. Would you mind if we played it for the audience now? And to embarrass you to the fullest, I think.
Yeah, I don't mind you playing it. I just would like to say that it was my very first attempt at piecing anything together or editing transitions and all that. So it is definitely not professional grade.
Okay, no worries. All right, we're gonna play that right about now.
Okay.
Are we allowed to talk during it?
She said no.
I have to be very quiet. Just shh. I think you can't talk, actually.
Oh, okay.
Oh, awesome. Can we talk? That's fantastic.
What did we talk about? What was on your mind?
So this was your first attempt at any kind of video production?
Yeah, I'd never done anything. And I won't tell you how long this took me. We're talking months.
Really?
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
So did you record everything beforehand, or is it actual footage from several months of development of Star Citizen?
This is from, was it 2.0? I think this might be when 2.0 was released. And I took the footage pretty much in a couple weeks time span, and then cut and pasted everything together how I wanted it.
Right.
Spent a lot of hours in game trying to figure out what I wanted, the angles I wanted.
Yeah.
I had a blast doing it. I loved it. So when I watch this, I think of a lot of things I'd like to do for next time, but I'll do a follow-up video to it.
It's kind of humorous actually trying to like barge your way through the girls' bathroom. At least in the stuff area, you can actually get inside, even though you can't really do anything in there. But it's cool.
I was disappointed that it's not pink and has scatter cushions everywhere, but it's just the same. It's a mirror image of the male bathroom. It even has urinals in it. I don't know if females be that way. I've never been in a female bathroom apart from video games.
Did you see urinals in there? I didn't see that. Wikipedia, I'd just like to make note. If you haven't heard Wikipedia's music, he was very inspiring to me when I heard his music. I thought this is perfect. So during the entire process of editing, and I just had that song playing. I think it was Aurora is the name of it. Oh man.
Yes.
I love his music so much.
Awesome.
So, yeah, I'm gonna do another one as a follow-up once she's in game. It's just kind of a fun project for me. It's more entertainment for myself than anything. And if people watch it, thank you.
So, you mentioned before diverse the verse. So, like, whose idea was that? Was that yours, or was that like the brainchild of like a group of you guys? I say
It's
you guys, but yeah.
You
Well, there are
gals.
multiple. It's okay. There's multiple people that were involved in that. So I was working on an all-female podcast just on my own, and I think that Witch Kitty and Miss Hearts may have been working on something together, or I'm not quite sure how those two got together on it. But I got a message from Witch Kitty one day, and she said, "Hey, are you interested in collaborating on a all-female podcast?" So I said, "Oh, yeah, I'm working on it. I'd love to." So Witch Kitty, myself, and then Miss Hearts, the three of us got together and just, it's kind of funny. It's a little disjointed yet because we just jumped full in. We were like, let's work together on something. Let's make this happen. We knew we had a great idea, and it's still a work in progress.
Right.
But I think that we're getting very good feedback from the community. It's a non-org affiliated program. It's not just about being female either. So I know that we've had, and Reddit tore us up the other day on this for being an all-female white cast, which is actually not true. But it's a work in progress, and I'm hoping that it's a podcast that is lasting for the community. But I'm looking forward to seeing what it turns into and seeing who all we include. I think on this next show, I heard that Witch Kitty invited Sergeant Gamble and Twerk. So
Okay.
we got guys showing up. So
Yeah. So
I think that
properly
Twerk is gonna be
diverse,
a guy
yes.
and not Trixie, but I'm not sure if Trixie's going to make a surprise appearance.
I was actually kind of disappointed Trixie didn't make an appearance at CitizenCon.
That is true. Mm.
Did you see that tweet he sent out where he had his wig on top of his suitcase? I thought, oh, he's going to do it.
Yeah.
But Diverse is a really exciting podcast and project to be a part of. So I did mention Witch Kitty and Miss Hearts, but there's actually a bigger group of us working together. So we've got Meerkat, who's part of Renegade Squadron. We've got Fayaste, who is just, we all know Fayaste.
Of course, yeah.
So pretty much that grouping of females, we've been working to get invites out to folks and get a show together for people. So it's exciting.
Right.
Mm. And it's always nice to have a diverse community, having been a part of many homogenous, so to speak, communities. It can get dull very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really cool podcast, and I really do like your lineup. And in terms of production quality, compared to, not to knock anybody, in particular, but on Twitch in general, I mean, your production quality is pretty decent. You're all keyed out, and you have your own kind of background and everything, and it works really well.
Well, Myre, I hate to interrupt you here, but we got to give props where props is due. It's the base radio.
Right.
I approached the base radio because the first few podcasts we had, on mine I had audio issues, and then Ms. Hearts hosted it, and we just kept dropping, right? So we had a fractured podcast. And I thought, I had known of the base radio from when I first started watching Twitch streamers, which is even before I started streaming. And they run a pretty tight ship over there. And so I reached out to them. I said, I don't know if, they're also all about helping the community. It's not just... not just yourself first or your org first. They're about the Star Citizen community. And that's what I'm about. So I reached out to the base radio and said, is there any way you would work with us and help us produce an awesome show? And Rico from the base jumped right on it. And within no time, really at all, we go through the base radio to get everything produced. So behind the scenes, that's who's running the show.
Right. That's awesome. So with the base, you do Diverse the Verse, but you do another thing with them as well?
So Diverse the Verse, we created our own channel. So we've got Diverse the Verse, and then the base radio comes in behind the scenes and produces. Now, what I just started doing recently, the last 3 weeks or so, we've got this Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern time. If you know Nikki D'Angelo, she's also called Batgirl. Yeah. Batgirl, she's a big YouTuber and has been around Star Citizen forever. So she's always just highly knowledgeable. You could just listen to her talk forever. And she's totally out of her head, which is just like me, totally out of my head. And then Eden Star. So the three of us roomed together during CitizenCon and hit it
Right.
off within the first very short amount of time, which is actually unique for females. For females, it takes some time to kind of go like, you cool? You
Mhm.
cool? Yeah, okay, we're cool. And so we just all jumped in, and then by the end of CitizenCon, we said, let's create something together. We have a great
Right.
time. We kind of it's very informal. We talk about Star Citizen,
Mhm.
and then whatever else comes up. So that is hosted by the Base Radio, and I wanted to
Okay.
be on the Base Radio, one, to support them because they're amazing for the community, and two, it's just a great platform, and we can just kind of relax over there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks
That's
for
cool.
asking about it, by the way. I appreciate that.
Well, that's what we're here for, to ask you questions and for you to be hopefully very honest with us. But okay, so this is Sophie now. What about Sophie of the past? What sort of games did you play before you started, before the whole Star Citizen thing?
Okay, so before, excuse me, before I started playing Star Citizen, which obviously is a PC game, I was introduced to a PS3. Before the PS3, the last attempt I had made at gaming was on a Nintendo, like the first Nintendo. Before that was Atari, and then Commodore 64. So I had a very big gap of maybe 10 to 15 years where I didn't play games at all.
Wow,
So,
that's
yeah.
quite a big leap to go right into what is probably the most intense PC game that's ever been
Yeah.
made.
It's kind of crazy. So I started playing the PS3. Diablo, I played Family Guy. Family Guy was my first game because I would get so nauseous trying to play anything else.
Right.
And getting used to the controls. I mean, if we're thinking about Nintendo, I mean, my God, it's like up, down, left, right, B,
Yeah, yeah,
select,
yeah.
start kind of thing.
Atari code, yes.
Yeah. And so the console, the PS3, was just confusing to me, and it took me forever to get over the nausea. But I figured out that what I was doing was looking all over the screen,
Mhm.
and I needed to centralize my focus. And once I did that, the nausea went away, and I could
Mhm.
actually focus on the game and enjoy it. And then once I practiced with the controls, it was even better. So I did all that through Family Guy. And then once I mastered Family Guy, I went on to Diablo. From Diablo, Destiny was where I ended up with the PS4. So
Oh,
right
awesome.
before
Yeah.
Star Citizen, I was playing Destiny on the PS4 and Plants vs. Zombies. What else did I play? Minecraft a little bit, but
Okay.
I get bored with the repetition.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah. So the Family Guy, that was the multiverse one. I can't think of any other
Yes,
ones.
that's
yeah.
right.
Awesome. Cool.
Did you play
So-
that too?
My brother did. I never.
Yeah.
I didn't have the console at the time, but yeah.
Yeah,
I heard a lot about it though.
it's pretty fun. It's entertaining.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never actually owned a console.
Someone's too hardcore for consoles here.
No, actually, we were too poor for consoles.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, where's the difference really? Hardcore, poor. I mean, it rhymes. Anyway, so how did you hear about Star Citizen?
I was
Like,
just going to tell you that. I was thinking in my head, I need to bridge this for you.
Yeah.
So I was I was introduced to Star Citizen via my ex, whom I was living with at the time.
Okay.
And so he would kind of disappear for many, many hours. And what are you doing? What's happening? That's got you so captivated. Meanwhile, I'm playing in Amish land and Family Guy. So he introduced me to Star Citizen.
Okay.
And showed me first some of the broadcasts. So Bug Smashers was the first one I saw. Then I saw ATV and RTV, and I thought, well, this is serious. Like, this is a serious game. And if he was interested in it, it was worth me looking at as well. And so I did. I spent time looking at the broadcasts that were put out, watched him play, and then he introduced me to Twitch, actually, and said, people actually watch other people to play games. So if you're interested in this game, Star Citizen, you can watch people play it. And I'm like, what? Wait a second. Wait. People watch other people play video games. Yeah. It's like, this cannot be. And so it's true. People actually watch you play video games. And now I understand why they do it. But I watched Captain Richard, and I watched Bad News Baron. I watched WTFosaurus. I watched the Base Radio. I checked out their channel. So
Mm-hmm.
I was introduced to Star Citizen, the gameplay, that way.
Yeah.
And as well as through my ex, who, once I finally decided to break down and sit down in front of his HOTAS, I knew what would happen, which is why I prolonged that event. But as soon as I sat down and I felt what it felt like to play an Arena Commander, I was, that's it. Done. I was done.
Yeah, Family Guy can go.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. I mean, it blew my mind. I had never played a space game or a flight simulator or anything like that. So for me, I remember that moment vividly because I just felt like I was in space, and I felt that I was flying, and I had this sense of exploring and this feeling come over me that playing a game that I remember having when I was a kid playing a game. So it tapped into something very deep for me.
Great. But is there anything else apart from Star Citizen that you spend your free time on, or is that it right now?
When I'm not involved in Star Citizen, and I'm pretty, it takes up a lot of my spare time, and I choose that. So I watch other streamers. I engage with the community. I stream myself. I watch the podcasts. I love it a lot. So it takes up a lot of time. When I'm not doing that, here's an example. What I just started doing is, you guys heard of CSGO?
Oh,
yes.
Okay. So I just started to play CSGO, and I'll hang out with Nikki and Eden maybe on Discord, and I'll practice my FPS. Because I got to get really good for Star Marine.
Well, yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah. So that's something I'll do. If I'm not doing that, if I'm not sitting here in front of technology, I am very heavily into being outdoors. I love being no headset, no nothing, just go out and walk. I like to be with nature. So if I'm not here with technology, I'm kind of at the other end of the spectrum, and I'm just enjoying walking or running or sitting outside and exploring outside. So I kind of sit at both ends.
Yeah, because to be fair, being a Star Citizen fan can kind of be a part-time job in and of itself. So
exactly right.
To fit anything else like CSGO outside, I mean, it's almost unprecedented here.
Wait, you mean the outer net?
The outer net, yes. I've never heard that, Darjanator.
So now with explorable planets, you won't even have to go outside anymore. Just stay playing Star Citizen. Just go land on a planet and walk around for several hours, and that'll be your exercise.
I hear you. Darjanator, I hear you. And then if you enter VR into the situation,
oh, forget it.
I'm scared.
Goodbye, Mom.
For myself. Yeah.
We'll be like those guys from WALL-E, just permanently attached to our floating chairs and just playing Star Citizen all the time. We'll have the technology to actually do it, but now we're just play Star Citizen.
That's right. That's exactly right.
So I guess this question is mine. So Sophie, okay. You played some Family Guy, you got introduced to Star Citizen. So what made you want to kind of further and kind of deepen and further involve yourself into Star Citizen and the Star Citizen community at large? Was there any special inspiration, like people in general, or how was it that got you started with actual content creation for Star Citizen?
This might not be a sexy answer.
Okay.
Honestly, it was so about the time that I decided to stream, I first started streaming Star Citizen, and I did that because I am not a person. I'm actually okay, so for as extrovert as I am, I'm also equally that much introverted.
Okay.
And so I don't spend my free time going out. I'm not a highly social person. And so I saw streaming as a way to get that social interaction that I was looking for in a healthy, safe, and kind of exciting and something like I knew people would be interested in what I was interested in. So
Right.
I started streaming. And so right out the gate, my first couple streams, I had people show up from different orgs, and not even that it was org bound, it was just people who were interested also in Star Citizen, and they were like, oh, who is this? And the way in which that the interactions occurred between myself and the people that showed up in chat kept me wanting to come back and stream more. I had nothing but help. I had really good positive feedback, positive interactions. I got private messaged by people saying, hey, if you ever need help with anything, let me know. Hey, try this instead of that. And was just overwhelmed with assistance and people saying thank you for streaming. That was a great stream. And I thought, wow, well, thank you. You know, you came and hung out with me. And so it's really the community has kept me creating content. So streaming or creating a video as derpy as the one that I did. Because I get such positive feedback, I want to continue to do that. And I think that it fulfills me as much as it fulfills some other folks. And so that's important to me. There's friendships that have been developed, and I don't know if I answered your question. Did I answer your question?
You're right.
What was the question?
Well, I can't remember now, but that was a completely unsexy answer. I mean, like, that's just not what I was looking for at all. Thank you.
Yeah, we might actually have to cut this short. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for coming out. Okay.
Yeah. Do you have any upcoming projects that you can talk about that you can't? No. Do you have any other projects or that you can't talk about too?
There is one project in particular that I'm working on that probably at the first of the year I'll have that out. So that's what I will say.
Oh,
and
okay.
that's it.
Yeah,
that's it. NDA. All right, cool. Looking forward to that. So with your other projects though, so I mean, I guess now is a good time as any really to plug it. So Diverse the Verse, how often do you do that? I know you've done episode 4 as recently as a couple weeks ago, but when is your next Diverse the Verse coming out? When's episode 5?
You said it's sometime November. I believe that, let me look it up for you because I'm not sure. The date has just changed to accommodate some scheduling. So let me look that up.
Right.
But Diverse the Verse is a monthly podcast. Let me scroll through the messages here.
So are you telling me there's actually a podcast that comes out even less frequently than ours?
Yeah. It's November 28th at 8 p.m.
Oh,
and
cool.
That's, I think that's Mountain Time.
And you heard it here first, folks.
You heard it here first, folks. Yes, indeed.
And that's actually kind of interesting as something to point out with a challenge when you are working with a lot of people to organize something. And I think we're doing a pretty good job of it. Is you've got to remain flexible. So we know that we want to have a monthly podcast, but we've tried to have it at the front part of the month, but sometimes to accommodate having a guest on or to make sure that one or two of the hosts can make it, we have to switch things around. So just know that Diverse the Verse happens once a month. We'll keep you informed on Twitter and on podcasts and things as you get closer to the date. But
so the scheduling is just like the name and the cast. It's diverse.
Precisely.
Yes.
Awesome. So, and you as you said, you're getting 2, I guess, special guests in Sergeant Gamble and Twerk17, correct?
That's what I hear.
And Lightspeed Lunatics, I'm guessing episode 3 is out when?
I think it's 4 now.
Okay.
So the initial one we were very quiet about because it was a little unruly.
Right.
We had a great time, but I think our 4th show, it will be this Tuesday. And it's every Tuesday, just set at Tuesdays at 9 o'clock Eastern Time on the Base Radio.
Awesome.
Okay, I think it's very fortunate that I have this question to ask now. Something that happened about
I'm sweating, by the way. These questions, I have no idea what you're going to ask me.
Welcome to the hot seat.
Oh my God. Yes.
Well, however long it was ago, CitizenCon happened, and you had a very special part in it. How the hell did that happen?
I was asked. I was invited.
Just that
awesome.
easy?
I don't know. I don't know.
NDA.
NDA. Well, what sort
Disco
of
Lando, the community manager, reached out to me and asked if I would be interested in coming to the CIG LA office and doing the live stream with a couple other streamers. And I said, "Are you me? Are you talking to me? You sure?" What? And he said, "Yeah, we'd like to have you on." And I said, "Well, you're not going to say no to that." So I said, "Absolutely."
Oh no, of course not. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to. So CIG reached out to me, and I very happily accepted that invitation. It just so happened that in addition to being asked to be on the live stream, I had been working with the volunteer crew. So I was coming on board as a volunteer for CitizenCon. So I had
Okay.
a couple different things I was doing. So I volunteered and was part of Cameron's crew. And so we did prep work before CitizenCon, and then of course the day of CitizenCon was just awesome and just a great project to work on. I loved that experience. So I had that weekend, I had Friday and Saturday streaming from the LA office, and then Sunday all day was working as a volunteer for CitizenCon.
Yeah. When I got to LA and I saw you all wearing those really cool T-shirts, I was like, oh, I want to work for free too. I mean, like, so how did you? I mean, was there a call to arms for volunteers? Because I didn't really hear about it.
That's a very good question. Actually, there was a post on the forums on Robert Space Industries. So
okay.
They had asked if you were interested in being a volunteer for CitizenCon, reply to the post.
Ah, okay.
And so that's exactly what I did. I was like, I will do anything. Yes.
Amazing.
I'll buy my own plane ticket. Just get me there.
Right.
Yeah.
And I will do it again. So it was an amazing experience. Great group of people to work with. Not just because, and I volunteered for other things like March of Dimes and different events, but there's something that was very unique about this experience in that people were so fired up. The volunteers were so fired up to put on the best event that fire just fueled us from the months it took to plan to the point of execution. And I mean, we could have just kept going.
Yeah, man. I mean, it looked like, the entire thing, I mean, save for, I guess, the delay getting in, the whole thing kind of worked, without a hitch. It was pretty flawless execution. You guys did a really, really spot on job. But
this is my fourth event like this, and I have to say it was the best one so far. You're actually learning, everybody there at the production is actually...
Wow, that's great feedback.
Yeah.
So with your
and
actual...
also I was going to say, even though it started 1 hour late.
And I apologize for that. I didn't have anything to do with it. I was wrestling some people. Noogies were
but
happening,
Yeah, but I'm just saying that everybody also had a handle on that. People were going up and down with bottles of water, with towels, and even sushi, I think, was at one point.
Somebody's passing sushi. This is the first time hearing of this.
Could have been somebody from the actual community, not a crew, that was delivering sushi, but
it's a random stranger.
Yeah, and sunscreen and stuff like that. So you had our backs, so we didn't cook ourselves on the Hollywood pavement.
Good. Well, we worked hard to have your back, so I'm glad that you feel that it happened that way. It's good to hear that.
How was it streaming for so many people, though? Usually on your streams, you get like a medium sort of number of viewers, but
it's okay, Sophie. It's
okay.
All right.
Well, hey, you're getting a lot more publicity than us, so you can shut up about that.
It doesn't matter. It was a completely different experience in that you're sitting next to other streamers, and so you're actually in the same room with someone else who does the same thing that you do and loves it as much, if not more than you do. And, I don't do this. I don't stream for a living. Some folks that I was sitting next to do. So they're very great at what they do and they're passionate about what they do. So to be next to that, play the same game, stream the game, that was awesome. Just awesome. I don't, in my personal channel, pay attention to numbers. I did not pay attention to numbers while I was at the CIG office. If it's a few people watching, cool. If it's hundreds of people watching, cool. If it's thousands of people watching, cool. It's cool. So I didn't have the opportunity to interact with chat like I would do on a more intimate basis on my own channel. So that was very different. I could type occasionally when I saw something come across, but when there's that many people talking, you kind of just let it go and observe it. And it was pretty awesome chat to observe. So you didn't get that personalized sense that you do on your own channel. So it was more of a group, you know, we're streaming together. And I felt very much that CIG offered that atmosphere to us. It did not feel like, oh, it's you doing this now. It was very much a sense of, we're here together to showcase this awesome game. Let's stream. So it was very cool.
It was more of a having an actual live audience instead of streaming with your audience, with a few people that you can interact with. So it was like being on a stage where you know you can't really interact with everybody, so you're just doing your thing and hoping that you don't really, you know, make a mess of it like we usually do.
Well, that's a really good point, Darjanator, because there was that element of being in the office, right? And you're sitting there and you're talking about Star Citizen, or you're watching gameplay, or you're playing, and then Brian Chambers walks by, right? But you're engaging chat, and you're like, oh my God. And then Ben Lesnick comes and hang out, and Alexis, and Sandy Gardner. And you're just, you know, you're a backer, so you're really enjoying everything that's happening, and you've got these bright lights because you're on a set.
Yeah.
So there is that element to it where you do feel a little bit on stage and a little awestruck. So where you don't have that sense when you're sitting in your own living room.
In your room, So
in your PJs, you know.
Yeah, unless you have posters of every, you know, the most influential people of CIG
like
on your
you
walls.
Do, I think.
Yeah, like I do. Yeah, of course.
So do you feel like because you were in a studio environment with other streamers and other, you know, pros around you, it kind of took a lot of the kind of the nerves off? I mean, because you were streaming
I would
to
say
thousands
it added
of people.
to the nerves.
Oh yeah?
For sure. Yeah, for sure added to the nerves. So like I was telling you before, I'm actually very introverted. So it was, for me personally, very challenging to be my extroverted self that is contained, right? It's just me in this room, and Reggie's here. So when you open that world up to other people who have very big personalities as well, and are maybe a little bit more comfortable about having those personalities open. Yeah. It just, I had to occasionally walk away and just kind of reset my thinking and then come back to it.
Okay.
So yeah, it's
you have to
personal,
recharge a bit. Yeah.
But I loved the experience, and I loved the challenge of having to face that, and then okay, let's come right back to it.
And do you have any like fun anecdotes from being a demonstrator? What was, you know, like one of the funnier moments?
There would be just so many. I don't know that I could give you a funny one. I could tell you there was a big case that showed up and just sat on the floor, and it's this hardbound case. It looked like something that maybe a squad had dropped off, like SWAT team maybe. And so Disco finally told us one of the days that this is my dad's stuff. Like, what do you mean that's your dad's stuff? Yeah, he might drop by and might play. And I don't know why I was so enamored with this box. Maybe it was all the stickers and patches on it. But I wanted to see what his dad was working with in that
box.
What's
in the box?
Like,
what's in the box?
So when his dad showed up the last day of streaming, it was really cool. A really nice man. And opened up his box and pulled out his stuff, and everything was just packaged so nicely in this box. And he took such great care of his HOTAS and set it up. And I don't know 100% why that moment stands out for me, other than maybe it was watching Disco Lando as our community manager and kind of seeing him in that capacity, and then his dad show up, and the dynamic kind of shifted, right? And you could see Disco be a little bit not reserved, but he gave his dad that opportunity to just be. Yeah. And Disco made a really good point. Whose dad shows up to their job? Think about that. That's awkward.
That's true. That's true.
And so his dad ended up telling us stories
Yeah.
And it was really nice to sit back, listen to those stories, listen to somebody who also utilizes the game for social interaction, personal growth, and as a way to challenge themselves. So it was nice to have the opportunity to be around that. Antics, we were all so focused on streaming that and being present to giving the best stream that off air there was no antics. It was business. I mean, we're on, let's do this, you know. And if we weren't doing that, we were eating donuts or something.
Awesome.
And what was your favorite part about the whole thing? The entire thing?
The entire thing, yeah.
Every single moment was my favorite part. From
it's a bit of a cop out. Come on, I'm gonna actually have to ask you again. So I'm gonna have to make you pick one specific moment. Sorry about that.
I was happy with that answer.
As my host, I appreciate that you feel the need to push a little further, but I'm actually going to give you the same answer.
Okay.
Every single moment, from the time that Stoutman picked me up from the airport, drove me around in his Mazda Miata that had no air conditioning, and I was sitting on my luggage. From that point to hanging out at the Bar Citizen event after I'm streaming, to the next day of streaming, to going to bed at night, hanging out with Eden Star and Batgirl and talking girl talk, and just talking shop in general, and then getting up and getting coffee at 4 a.m. With them. Every single moment for me was a highlight. So that has to be my answer, because that is the answer.
Oh, thank you for sharing. Yeah, awesome. That's cool.
That didn't even include meeting everybody. Hello.
Hello.
It was crazy to turn around in the different events and go like, holy crap, it's Crackies. Holy crap, it's Myre. And then Darjanator, you came walking up the stairs. I think the first time I met you was at Taps. Was it Taps 33?
Yeah, it was a Taps.
32 Taps.
But it was like mind-blowing that night. I was going down the stairs and Darjanator was coming up the stairs. And I'd known what he looked like, and it's you! Hey!
And I was 2 stairs below you, and we were looking eye to eye and everything.
It was cool. Yeah, that's right. We were right at level.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, I just wish you weren't so. Maybe you actually, given how you were given such a high role in this whole thing, gave you a bit of a sort of a celebrity status, because I know that everybody wanted to talk to you. So I'm just sorry there wasn't more of you to spread around, because then, maybe you would actually had more time to hang out instead of just the 5 minutes at 33 Taps.
I would say, Darjanator, you just hit on the one thing I wish about the entire weekend, is that I wish that I had at least another day or more time in a day, because I didn't get to spend that time with people that I wanted to, such as yourself, to just sit and talk and just hang out. So for me, it was very much a back to back to back to back kind of a feel, which I don't regret, but I do wish I had maybe another day or something along those lines, so I could. Because people, as you were saying, people were coming up to me who, hey, I'm Gladestone. I'm like, oh my God, Gladestone, you're in my channel. Like, what? Like, oh my God. And it just kept happening, where you're meeting people that you interact with weekly and develop a kinship with. So, but I do wish I had more time to spend. Yeah,
there should have been more done outside of the actual CIG event, just for the community, so they can hang out for themselves. Maybe an organized Bar Citizen, an actual Bar Citizen, like several hours long, and not at the end of the day, so everybody can just go hang out.
I think so. My understanding is with CIG, we had the 2 Bar Citizen events on the Friday and Saturday to try to answer that call. But it sounds like, I know Test had some things going on, B&G had some things going on. I'm sure other organizations, I'm not sure even who else, but other organizations had stuff during the day, barbecues and get-togethers. So are you saying that you would have liked to have seen maybe a Bar Citizen event during the day?
Yeah, like
to have the devs there, and
exactly, So because it felt like the Bar Citizens we went to were just more of like just sort of like a wind down after a full day of work, but maybe have one day set aside just to have, just everybody so can meet everybody at a more leisurely pace, and it's not, everybody's shouting over each other and stuff like that.
As you're saying that, I almost imagine something outdoors with tents, canopy.
Yeah, something like that.
So
yeah,
we
but
could roam around and talk and
Los
maybe
Angeles
have
doesn't
music.
really strike me as the perfect place to do that. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe in Germany.
Yeah, exactly.
It's...
Yeah, planning has already started. I say no more.
Oh. Excuse me.
So I think our last question for you this evening, Sofiegrl, is, so what are you looking forward to most in 2.6 and perhaps beyond?
Beyond, yes, in the near future of Star Citizen development. Apart from the female model.
Yes. No more cop-outs.
Apart from the female model.
Apart from the female model, yeah.
I'm very excited to see the Caterpillar in game. So whenever that happens, it's probably not 2.6, but down the road, I'm excited about that ship and its potential. So search and rescue excites me. Exploring excites me. Engineering excites me. And then for 2.6, probably the FPS action. I'm very much looking forward to. Actually, do you guys know, are we still going to have those grenades where, not the grenades, but the shield where you can throw it down in front of you and then...
The deployable shield. I think so.
I think that is, as much as they've featured it in concept art and in some demos, I think that's definitely something that's in-game.
I think that's going to be pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to that EVA combat. I don't know if you've been down in Grimhex and have had a taste of that.
Right,
but
yeah.
It is very challenging. So I'm looking forward to that challenge.
I think part of the challenge is because the persistent universe doesn't run really well on anybody's computer right now. So having the Star Marine section that maybe has a bit more optimized netcode for first-person shooter combat, that is going to be a very big draw for new players as well, because some people really don't care about, several $100s worth of spaceships. They just want to go, with a gun and shoot somebody in the face. Okay, yeah, and I think that we're nearing the end of our time together, Sophie and Reggie. So
thank you for having
us. And now we have just a few quick fire question, and I'll start with this one. What is your favorite Star Citizen ship?
Saber. Hold on. Saber love? I'm working on making this a thing. Hashtag Saber love.
Hashtag Saber love.
I have to show you this. This is Engineer made this for me.
Oh, that's cool.
That's my pink Saber. She doesn't have the eyelashes. I've got a new updated version with her with the eyelashes on her.
Eyelashes? Where do the eyelashes fit on a Saber?
On the engine intakes, of course.
Ah.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll send it to you, Myre.
That's news to me. But okay, awesome. Yeah.
Well, I just kind of bring to life the Saber. It's for my own amusement more than anything.
Okay.
So
the Fem Saber. The Fem Saber.
The Faber.
No? The Faber. I kind of like it. Let's keep working on it.
Okay. What is Reggie's favorite ship and why?
Well, Reggie, okay, I don't know why Reggie's saying this. The Banu Merchantman? Do you even know what that is? It's a huge ship. You're nuts. Whatever. I guess it's the Banu Merchantman. I don't know what Reggie's planning on doing, but okay, that's fine. There you go.
Myre?
What is your favorite role in Star Citizen?
I don't have a favorite role yet.
What is your favorite non-Star Citizen ship? And we're gonna go with spaceship. Or you can actually, just answer with a seafaring ship if you want.
These are quick fire questions. You have 10 seconds to answer.
Questions. Yeah.
9,
I have no other favorite
8.
ship.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
Banu or Xi'an?
Oh, Banu.
Okay.
Oh, Xi'an. Oh.
Sandworm or space whale?
Sandworm.
Picard or Obi-Wan?
Obi-Wan.
I'm done. I'm so done right now.
Thanks for having me on.
And, okay, where can we find you, Sofiegrl?
You can find me on twitch.tv/Sofiegrl. It's Sofiegrl. It's primarily where I am. I'm on Twitter. It's Sofiegrl2. So it's Sofiegrl 2. Because the other Sofiegrl without the 2 is taken. So you can find me in those two places primarily.
Yeah. And you were able to just find Sofiegrl on Fortnightly Frontier, the second episode of season 4 in 2016. My name has been Darjanator. Over there has been Sophie. Behind her, on the other side, has been Myre of Test. And thank you so much for watching, both on Twitch and YouTube. And we will see you in the verse.
You see that? That's what we do. We're cool like that. Yeah.
You guys are super cool.
Yeah.